Hello, stampers. This is Laura Van Vertlo, and I have been a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! Since 2007, so it's almost my 16th year. And you may have stumbled across my blog or my YouTube video. I thought I would share some things that do frustrate people when they come over and make cards, on how their images come out, and just common mistakes that people make when they first start learning how to stamp. So what I'm going to start off with is paper. The quality of your products that you use is a big thing that you need to look at. Our inks are, they store upside down, so that way you have this pad is juicy. You also can re-ink them. I have another video on how to re-ink your ink pads and put the stickers on that are underneath when you get them. And also the Stampin' Up! Paper, your regular cardstock, which ours I love because when you tear it, it's yellow all the way through. Whereas some others are have that white on them, and I kind of like that it's the same color all the way through. But it's a little bit more porous and will soak up the ink, so it doesn't give you as crisp as an image as if you were to use a stamping paper, which is more close-knit fibers and very smooth to the surface. So now that we have the basics, I'm going to show you the difference between, I had to get an ink pad, sorry. Using a photopolymer, which is the clear, which these are very handy in the sense that you can see exactly where your image is going to go. And if you wanted to, say, kind of make it do something like this around an image, I wouldn't do this, but for some words you could do that. To load this onto your acrylic block, I just kind of lay it down, push it back up. It's on there and we're ready to stamp. But what it does not have is it does not have the foam that the red rubber stamp does. These, when you have your red rubber stamps, you also want to look closely at the quality. These are laser etched ones that we use. The red rubber and the photopolymer are both made in Salt Lake City, Utah by Stampin' Up! But when you're looking at your stamps, some of them, yes, you can go to craft stores, but I can tell you right now that I have experienced not so great quality images and crispness by using less expensive stamps that you would find like at the dollar type stores. So let's get stamping. So if you are going to do your regular red rubber first, let me show you the difference between doing it on a cardstock piece. See, maybe this was not the best stamps to go by because it's kind of got that rough edge. Okay, that actually came out pretty good. Let me do the words on the yellow so you can see, because sometimes I find if I do words on a cardstock that they don't come, well, it's still coming out crisp. Anyway, I have used some cardstocks by other companies that did not come out that crisp. That's pretty good for a cardstock since they're so porous. But you can see how crisp this is just by, it looks exactly like the image does on the stamp. What you don't want to do is push down and it look like this, where it's all over the red part here and on your block. So what happens is, well, I've got a little mark right there, is if you were to press real hard with this too and rock it, you're gonna get these lines like a halo. So yeah, you definitely don't want any ink on there. And all you need to do is just lightly tap. Let me clean this stamp really quickly, or actually just get a new one. Got a whole pile sitting over here. Let me show you the photopolymer. The photopolymer does not have that foam, so we have a piercing mat that I have quite a few of these because it's a nice firm, but it kind of has some give to it, like the red rubber stamps. So you just want to lightly tap it. You don't want to smush it down and have it look like the last block that I just showed you. So then you just kind of like lightly put it down and it looks nice and crisp. I have seen some people that will just mash it in there and then like it's all over the block, and then you get it on you and then they push really hard and then it just looks not so great. So you even see where then you kind of have your hands got ink on it, and that's what happens. So if you keep your stamps, the blocks from having ink on them, if you see it, just get a little paper towel. I usually keep some baby wipes on the table. That helps tremendously. And then I use this chamois to keep them clean, and I think I left it in the kitchen. But these tips, I certainly hope, will help make your images look much more crisp without a lot, you know, any distortion or little marks. And then you can use a die cut this out. Our cardstock, I guess, is more smoother than I anticipated, but yes, definitely invest a little bit more and you will get much better results, less frustration, and you will also save on your supplies because you're not doing it 3 and 4 and 5 times, because I've been there, trust me. If you'd like some more tips, just contact me through the link in the video on YouTube. Please subscribe, and thank you so much for stopping by today.